comes the sun, doo doo doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
Welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining our fellowship for today's Sunday service this afternoon. It's so wonderful to have us all together. And for those of you that are joining right now and are experiencing this live stream service this afternoon, say hello, leave a comment. That way we know that you're here and you can interact with each other. It really reminds me of our hugs and handshakes moments that we had at our regular services. Those were such important moments to me, and I remember all of your faces and all of those wonderful hugs so well. Just a few announcements quickly. Continuing on with our Healing Movements class with Julie Dillon, A Course in Miracles and Mastermind with Taylor Swan, and Linda Rose is continuing with the Medical Medium Nutrition Group. So please join in, check them out. You might find that it's really something that becomes important to you as we move forward. And right now, I just have another quick introduction of a fellowship member who's going to pop in and say hello.
This is Julia White saying hello. I'm enjoying a gorgeous day in Michigan, and I'm missing everybody at the fellowship. And I hope you all are well and staying safe. See you soon, I hope. Well, maybe not soon.
Oh my goodness, it was so good to see you, Julia White, and hear your voice. As I always say, we miss each other so much, and so these little glimpses of our fellowship members on Sunday during our service are just so uplifting. So as I invited everyone last week, I'll do it again this week. Please send me a little video of you saying hello, and we'll add it to one of the upcoming services. If you need help with it, just let me know, and Samantha or I can help you get that to us. Okay, so now let's take a deep breath, and I invite you to close your eyes as we take this important moment to bring our full selves together, body, mind, and spirit. Leave the busyness of the day behind and come into this quiet, loving heart space. And I'm going to just invite you to put your hands on your heart, put a finger on your heart, just to help you focus on this loving space within. And we bring our full attention and focus to the one loving presence that is all love and only love. And we know that we are, each of us, one with this presence, one with each other, individual expressions of divine love. But beyond this knowing, let's feel right now. Let's just feel that wellspring of love that flows around us and through us into this world. Knowing and feeling that we are love, love itself. We are courage and strength. We are divine wisdom and clarity. We are compassion and kindness and patience. And from this place of stillness within, connecting with who we truly are, we are inspired to divine action. As we go through our week, we make a commitment to see and hear and speak with love, from love, reaching out to each other in love. And when this wellspring of divine light flows through us, takes us over, we can feel our hearts smile. This loving presence is with us always, and we are so deeply grateful for our knowing of this truth. And together we say, and so it is. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing in that with me. Music has always been a big part of the fellowship. It is a spiritual practice of ours, and it has been from the very inception of the fellowship. And it's so wonderful that we can support our local artists and also share in the joy as we watch them express their creativity with us in our services and now on Facebook. So I want to introduce our vocalist and musician for this afternoon. Her name's Charity West. Many of you know her. She's sharing with us a song that she composed, so it's an original song, and it's just beautiful. So please settle in and and give this song, these beautiful words, your undivided attention.
Hello everybody for fellowship for today. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and enjoy this song. If you feel all alone, you're really not. There is hope, there is hope. Oh Lord, I need you so. You shine a light in my dark. Oh Lord, I need you so. You shine a light in my heart. When we're down
Thank you so much, Charity, for that beautiful song and those beautiful, heartfelt words that we can certainly all connect with and relate to right now. It really gives us comfort and lifts us up as well. So thank you so much for your creativity and sharing it with us. So now let's take a moment, a very important moment, to just go within once more and connect with love and be so grateful, fill our hearts with gratitude for all of the gifts and blessings that we have in our lives. The abundance in the way of our wonderful spiritual community, our friends and family that support us and uplift us, and the abundance in having enough food to eat and having a place to live and having the financial resources that we need from day to day. That is all the flow of divine energy. And we know at the fellowship and are taught in A Course in Miracles that giving and receiving are one in truth. It's wonderful to remember that and just take this time each Sunday to ground ourselves in the feeling of abundance and the blessings of abundance and receiving that in our hearts. So let's read from our from the screen, and you'll see the blessing of our tithes and offerings. The light of divine love shines eternally, blessing and multiplying our tithes and offerings. I joyously give, knowing I always have enough to share and to spare. The fellowship community thanks each of you so much for your generous donations. They come in and it's joyful to receive them, and I know that we all have that joy of giving. So thank you once again. And now I'm very happy to be able to introduce our speaker for this afternoon, our own wonderful Reverend Julie Dillon. She always brings such a wonderful message of upliftment and offers us a lot of ways that we can take a look at our own lives and make some different choices, make some choices that will send us in a direction of love. So let's just settle in and listen to her wonderful message, and I'll be back soon.
Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm so glad to be here this Sunday. Today, I would like to talk to you about focusing on opportunities now in this challenging time. So this is not to diminish that this is for sure a challenging time for so many of us. There are so many struggles that so many of us are facing, and there's the uncertainty, there's anxiety, and our egos would certainly say that this is way too big to handle. We can't show up in any way for this. We're not smart enough, we're not spiritual enough, we are not scientific enough, and on and on and on. And we could choose to maybe sit on the couch and eat those chocolate or ice cream, maybe, or we could really truly know and that the ego here is telling the truth, and this is too big for any of us alone. And the key here is remembering that we are never alone, and we are always supported. We have that support from our divine. We are children of the divine. We are as God created us, and our task is to remember we are love, and that together, and knowing, having this true basis of knowing that there are more opportunities present than just staying in this total state of judgment and negativity. It truly doesn't help any of us. So when the question arises, what do I do now? What do I do now in this pandemic? We go within. It is that hopefully ends up being our first thought. Let's go within, and let's find that some quiet time to go within. That going within will look different for all of us, but we need to create that space, find that stillness, so we can hear that voice directing us, guiding us, because there are answers, and that comes perhaps in your prayer time, perhaps that's in your meditation. It will look different for everyone. I love when we asking God for a plan. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, and to whom? So it can be simple, and then we need to pause. We need to listen, and then we can really proceed from there. But we need to create that time. That quiet time is so crucial. Rhea Goddess has, in her talk, mentioned this time a holy or sacred pause. And I just love that. I mean, and of course, there's a forced pause. There's so many other terms that we're hearing. But there is a time. For a lot of us, we do have a little bit more space here. And we really get to choose how we can use that space. And today I would like to talk about two of these opportunities available. The first would be reflecting on the question, what is really important? And the second is we get to use our spiritual tools. So regarding that, the first question, what is really important? And I think for a lot of us, a connection is that it comes up right away. And I think we all know that we've always known how important connection is. And I think now we know at a much deeper spiritual, heartfelt level that how connection and really is so important. And I've seen so many people become so creative with their connecting over the last few months, and it's just beautiful to watch. Neighbors that really haven't talked are talking. There's one group of an association, they all get out on the porch at 7 and they wave to each other just to check in, to say, so they know they're doing okay, and just having just some, that piece of connection, seemingly small, but how big that is. And in addition to connection, another part of what's important is, I think the simple things are just naturally we're drawn to. So many people I talk to, and our conversations are around animals. They're birds. It's the squirrels. What did the bunnies do today? And just noticing the seasons, the subtle beauty of these seasons changing, and just being so immersed in the beauty of nature, and watching the clouds. And that's one of my favorites to do. And I think it leads us to really be present, where we know how important it is to be not in the past or in the future, but I think now so many of us are truly present with ourselves and with others. And also what pops up is how much we can do with a lot less. So I think those are some pieces that have emerged. I know Carolyn Meese, a wonderful spiritual teacher that I've been listening to and a coach and author. She says now is the time just to toss everything out that isn't working. It's rebooting. Reboot our lives in just about every way, and especially how it relates to if there are old stories, old narratives that are replaying that are not serving any of yourself or anyone else for that matter. And so it's just taking that honest look at our lives. You know, what is working, and just looking at, in that sense, what's working is that what's filling us up versus what's draining us. What is depleting us? Because if we are always running really low, that's what we're sending out to our loved ones. And that's right now, I think we really want to be that loving presence, sending out the kind, calm energy, because that's what we really truly want to spread. And no matter what challenges the world is presenting today, we have to remember we're co-creating, and we really want to watch those thoughts, just like we say every week, our thoughts are prayers. So we just to be really mindful and intentional. I love the Course in Miracle always invites us when we're having one of those thoughts where that negative thought, which of course there's many, is like to hit that reset button but I love checking in with the Holy Spirit and asking, how can I see this another way? And it's simple, but learning to build that muscle of noticing that when those negative thoughts are there and just making the shift. And every shift we make from those fear-based thought into love is a miracle. And Carolyn Myss also says, it's never been about the career or the big house or the cars. Realigning yourself to your highest truth and your true calling is what's important. And next, I'd like to talk about that second opportunity. And this is our spiritual tools. And I know we've talked a lot about spiritual tools. And actually, Beth Monteith, I remember way back in the Korean church service, you're talking about spiritual tools in the toolbox. So this morning, it just came to me, this idea to grab a toolbox. It's a little toolbox, but it works. It's that image. We got some forgiveness in here. We might have our gratitude. We have the spiritual, wonderful teachings, and we have our service. We have our ministry classes, our book groups, spiritual counselors, buddies. So I know that everyone there at Fellowship, their toolbox is even bigger than this. So the great news is we do have this strong foundation. And I think we need to stop. Let's smile. Let's give ourselves a big hug. Let's do that right now. Big hug, or it can be a smile. But it's really taking a moment to appreciate what we've done. And honestly, from everyone I've met here at Fellowship, I'm going to get sad. It's not sad. I want to thank, because you've modeled these tools. And I've learned so much from each and every one of you. So thank you. And I know your toolbox, all of your toolboxes are full. Okay. All right, and now I'm going to go through some other list, which it'll just be a refresher. The forgiveness work. I've been spending a lot of time with forgiveness work, and this is the tough stuff. This is where, wow. But it is also where the truest healing comes. And so I have done this. And so I just put that out to you. It is one of the greatest tools, our gratitude work. Creating right now a peaceful environment, so important. Being appreciative of the food we are eating, nourishing ourselves with this healthy food. Let's give thanks. Let us use movement as a spiritual tool. And just connecting, I mentioned earlier, connecting creatively. And I know this was challenging for me. At the beginning of this, the pandemic, I knew I had to shift from my classes. I'm used to meeting in person. So this was pretty tough, and I considered it an obstacle. Like, what am I going to do? And so I had to stretch and actually just draw on that inner strength to think, what can I do different? And asking for help, asking for guidance. What do I do? And Mary came up with this wonderful idea of Facebook Live, and that was a stretch. And I've grown so much from it, that experience. I get the joy of moving, and which really helps me in so many levels. I get to share that with people I really care about. And I feel that still sense of connection. So now I would suggest be as creative as you can. And I hear from so many of you, you're doing that. You're creating artwork, you're working on projects that you put off, how many years ago, and you're just really choosing to see this time in a totally different light, by just nudging yourself a little bit, getting out of that comfort zone. And boy, that growth that's where the growth lies. And so I have raised the bar on who you are and to be your highest potential. And this is not the time to forget. I was just going to say that point again. Just give yourself credit for that wonderful foundation. And let us not forget what we have here. Actually, and I wanted to mention just listening to music, that is another wonderful, beautiful tool. And on my way over, I was listening to Jim Noble singing "Spirit Am I." Boy, I tell you, what a shift. And I was just smiling, thinking of Jim and that song. And it's those little shifts we can do. It's choosing, wow, instead of watching the news again, put on that beautiful music. Listen to our choir, Lucille's music. We have so many wonderful things. Karen Drucker. All these tools can help us find comfort now. And as we're navigating these at times. Okay, and I did want to share with you something I've been doing every day, and that has just been so helpful. I've been doing it since the beginning of the year, but it's helping me at a deeper level, let's say. And it's reading the Course in Miracles workbook lessons, and it's truly helped when I'm feeling overwhelmed, stressed. I go back to what I've heard in that lesson. One is like, I rest in God. It could be forgiveness is the key to happiness. There's just, I am love. I mean, just wonderful things that really has helped me so to stay grounded and centered. So I want to share that, and all of our spiritual teachings or readings, of course. It could be your religious text. Pick what you really resonate with, and boy, to start out the day with that. And I mean, it's just, I can tell the difference. And along with our quiet time, as a part of our quiet time, right? So I just wanted to share that. And that, again, congratulate all of you for having this wonderful foundation, and now is the time to use it. Gosh, it's definitely the time not to forget we have that. And now I would like to just, I'm going to end with one of my favorite lessons, like I just had mentioned. And then it's lesson 109, I rest in God. So I share that with you. We ask for rest today and quietness, unshaken by the world's appearance. We ask for peace and stillness in the midst of all the turmoil born of clashing dreams. We ask for safety and for happiness, although we seem to look on danger and sorrow. I rest in God. This thought will bring you the rest and quiet and peace and stillness and the safety and happiness you seek. I rest in God. This thought has power to wake the sleeping truth in you, whose vision sees beyond appearances to that same truth in everyone and everything there is. Okay, in summary, let's go within. Let's use this time right now. Let's find that quiet time and let's really open our ears and listen to that guidance. And those two important opportunities now. Let's reflect on what is important in this time, and also let's use those wonderful tools we have. Okay, pick them out, and we've got lots to choose from. And we do get to choose. Thank you so much. And now I would like to invite everyone to join me in a meditation. So let's just take a moment just to sit up nice and tall and find those feet, find those sit bones on your chair if you're on a chair, and nice tall spine, and tall but not rigid. And let's just take a few breath cycles here. Inhaling, filling, inhaling love, and exhaling, it's a big sigh, exhaling any kind of stress or disease you may have. Inhale, filling, and on the exhale, just letting go. And one more breath your way. And I have 3 simple phrases from the Course that I would like to share with you, and I'd like you just to repeat to yourself quietly in your mind. And to everything, to everyone, I offer quietness. And to everyone, I offer peace of mind. To everyone, I offer gentleness. And let's just do this. Go through those 3 simple phrases one more time, and expecting to receive the gift you have just given. To everyone, I offer quietness, rest. To everyone, I offer peace of mind. To everyone, I offer gentleness. And truly receive that gift that you've just shared. And just wiggling your fingers and toes, and come on back into the room. Thank you.
We've all enjoyed another beautiful service together. I want to thank once again Charity West for her beautiful music, sharing her heart with us. I want to thank Reverend Julie Dillon. We all felt your emotion during that talk, and I want you to know how much we appreciate you and the love that you have for the fellowship and for every fellowship member. I know that we all share in your gratitude for each other and learning from one another as we live our guiding principles. It's been a beautiful thing for all of us to be a part of. So thank you so much for your talk, all of your wisdom, and all of your wonderful suggestions. And I also want to thank everyone for joining us today. It makes it so special when we have a nice, beautiful group come together and we can see all the interaction on Facebook. So again, thank you for taking some time out of your Sunday to join us this afternoon. And now it's time for our big, huge, beautiful peace circle. So I invite all of you to stand if you are able and sing out loud. Grasp the hand of your fellowship neighbor as we sing our peace song together. And we'll finish with our closing blessing, and you'll see those words on the screen. For those of you who are new to us, we wanted you to be able to join in as well. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I love you so much. I hold you in my heart. I see every one of your beautiful faces all the time, and I look forward to being with you next Sunday.